Alright guys, check this out right here. I just picked up 3 of these. I have found the world's cheapest chatterbaits. Now I'm not sure about how good these will catch bass, if they might fall apart or whatnot, but I was like, well, for only a couple bucks a piece, I got all of them for like maybe $6-8, which is a great find. So I'm like, why not? If you guys are interested, go ahead and check out Wish. I bought several baits off of them. I'll even leave a couple video links in this video here to check out some other videos I made on using Wish products. But this is it right here. Now I did make some modifications on a couple of them. Like for example, this isn't the original hook. I changed out the hooks on these two just because I thought it'd be a better hookup ratio with a straight shank hook, and also easier just to put a swim bait trailer on there, soft plastic trailer, whether a crawfish or swim bait. And I did leave a change out the EWG for another EWG. I put on a bigger one because I thought the original 2-aught EWG hooks were way too small, and if a fish were to hit it, I'd probably lose it easily. But there was 2 things that sold me on this. 1, the price, and 2, the freedom of the hook moving. I do not own any chatterbaits or vibrating jigs that have a free moving hook, so that was pretty cool. Also, another thing I changed out was the skirts on these two. Originally this came with a white and chartreuse skirt, and this one came with a black and blue. Now you're probably wondering, why didn't I put this skirt on that? Well, I just wanted the white head on there. These are Z-Man skirts. Much tougher quality and better looking pattern. Why, you say? Better looking pattern? Well, this is the original skirt. And if you look at it, look at the color thing. It's got green on the left, chartreuse on the right, orange like in a right lower corner there. You know, that's a horrible color pattern, especially when it's swimming through the water column, but we'll see how it looks, if it might mess up me or not. Yes, these are cheap quality, but hey, you know what, with a few modifications, I'm sure they could be surefire. Now, the 2 things I didn't like, originally, I didn't know how big the blades were, and getting these, I'm like, wow, these are really small blades. They're kind of like the size blades of maybe the Z-Man mini chatterbaits and whatnot. And also, these right here, these are very small, and I'm not sure if they'll hold on a nice chunky bass, if they might bend out or break. So guys, if you stick around, we're going to test these baits out, and I got the perfect spot. Hopefully we can catch some nice chunks. So stick around and we'll see how well these Wish chatterbaits will do. Alright, it's got some good weight on here. Hopefully it can swim good. Let's try it out. Alright, I do feel it vibrating, so that's good. It's a very small, subtle vibrating. But so far so good, it swims good. And I'm kind of glad I switched out the hooks with straight shank hooks, because those little 2-aught EWG hooks, I don't think they would have done a really good job hooking up on a bass. So this has become one of my favorite little ponds to hit up. We just saw a bass jump out there. Looked like a 2-pounder. But past 3 times I've been here, I've hooked up on 4 4-pounders and a 6-pounder, which is pretty awesome for this little pond here. Really small little pond. But you guys probably know that I'll eventually head over to that spot over there, because that's where I caught 4 out of the 5 big bass in this area. So let's see, hopefully we can hook up. So far so good, it does swim good. Let's see if we could just entice a bite here. Now you guys know that Z-Man, or not Z-Man, but chatterbaits in general are one of my favorite baits to use. It's my #1 moving bait to use, actually, besides topwater baits. But I prefer this over crankbaits, spinner baits, and swim jigs. That 6-pounder would eat that little bird. 4-pounders too. Definitely does have a good vibration though. It's kind of questionable about it because of the small blade, but so far so good. I like it. Definitely want to hit up that corner, so I'm gonna head over there. Alright, to the hot spot here, where I see some movement going on. I don't know what kind of fish. Hopefully it's some bass in the area. Some big ones. Oh look, something there. Let's see. So far nothing. What we got going on over here? Alright, I'm gonna switch up the trailer here. I'm gonna go to a white paddle tail instead of the chartreuse grub. Let's see what we could do with that. Well, so far this chartreuse or fire tiger one swims pretty good, but I don't like the skirt on it. When I see it coming up towards the bank here, it looks like it's swimming sideways because it's got green on one side and like that chartreuse on the other side. Makes me think it's swimming sideways, which throws me off a little bit. I'm gonna give this pattern here a few more casts, and then I'm gonna switch up to the bluegill. See if that could pull anything in. Come on, bass. I just want to see how well this little swivel holds up. I'm afraid it might break off and I might lose this bait. It can happen. This thing's really small. Alright guys, now I got the bluegill pattern. Got a Z-Man skirt here, one of those easy skirts. And then I got a Mr. Twister speed crawl here, or whatever you want to call it, or one of those. Watermelon red flake, I guess, or green pumpkin red flake. So let's see how well this will do. This is all testing here. I don't know if this EWG hook is going to work good at any hook sets, but we'll see. Oh, we had a little bass blow up over there. Alright, the last one. Okeechobee crawl color with a white trailer. See if that could get anything done. Here we go. All right, guys. There we go. First bass on these Wish chatterbaits here. That's 1.5 pounder here, guys. He choked it too. Nice. All right, there you go, guys. I knew this straight shank hook would get a good hook set on this. Nice little 1.5 pounder here. Alright, that makes me happy. Got a bass on these cheap Chinese Wish chatterbaits, and they swim pretty good and vibrate pretty good too. So not too bad. Just had to change a couple things. I didn't like the skirts on it because they were actually a little shorter than these guys, and changed out the hooks because the hooks were a lot smaller. Dang. You guys see that? That is pretty cool. This one's bigger. Nice. 2 pounder here, 2+ pounder here, guys. Look at that, he choked it. Yep, I think it was a good choice switching over to these straight shank hooks. And there we go. Nice little straight shank hook. These are old too. I got them from my dad. These are from like the 80s. Pretty cool. Let's see how much this bass weighs here real quick before we let him go. Got a 211. Oh wow. Nice 2 3/4 pounder here. Definitely a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Pretty nice. Thank you. See if we can make a trifecta here in this area. It's back-to-back basses. Back-to-back bass in this area here. The second one was pretty cool how it just came up right there on the edge of this dead hydrilla. Must have been hiding below. Pretty cool. I actually like this free moving hook too. I believe it like reduces the chance of the bass throwing the hook too. Like I know Z-Man has a Freedom chatterbait, but I always stuck with just the original plain Jane chatterbait, and also these other custom baits that I've gotten. You know, they seem to do the job pretty good. But this is pretty cool. Nice little addition to my chatterbait collection here. Pretty cool. I'm glad I purchased these too. Just had to make a couple modifications and they're good to go. So I'm definitely happy. Able to catch two decent bass. Wasn't sure how this I can't think of the name of these little links right here. Guys, you're going to have to comment in the video. I can't think of the name. It's like, it's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it right now. But we'll see if we catch a giant, how well it hold up. But so far so good. I'm happy with the results here. They swim good. They definitely attract some bass. Don't have too much time left. Hopefully we can hook up on one more bass. I always like to catch at least 3 bass. You know, anytime I go bass fishing. At least 3. Especially if they're, you know, decent ones too. It would suck if I came out here and caught like little dinks. That would have been much of a test and review for these baits. But so far pretty happy. 2 bass in about an hour or so. Got about 20 minutes of daylight left. So I'm really hoping on bass number 3. There we go. There we go. That's a chunk too. Oh yeah, that is a chunk, guys. Oh yeah, there's my third bass. Nice. That's a nice bass right here to finish out the night. Probably 3.5 pounder, maybe 4. That is nice. All right. Thank you. That looks really in there in the corner of his mouth too. Got him good. He wasn't going nowhere. Ooh, I bet that hurt a little. Sorry, dude. Now you're free. Got to get a weight on this little chunk. Nice bass. It's probably pushing 4, maybe 4. All right, zeroed out. We got 315, guys. 315. Wow, there's a lot of good bass in here. Nice. 315, way to finish out the night. Nice bass. Alright guys, I'm getting out of here. It's getting too dark. Had a good little 1.5-hour session. Caught 3 decent bass, good bass, off of my new Wish chatterbaits here. This one worked the best tonight, but also it could be playing with the time of the day it is too. But the results are good. Some nice chunks. This little piece right here held up pretty good, so I'm happy. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, make sure you give a big thumbs up. Go ahead, check out Wish, maybe get you some of these, and get these hooks. I recommend these hooks. Just regular straight shank hooks right here. This one has like some barbs right there to keep the bait on. So good stuff, guys, good stuff. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notifications so you never miss some chunky fish. Guys, have a good one. Tight lines and keep fishing. Later.